Hi, this is Jason Deese. Welcome to the National Weather Service Weekly Weather Briefing for Thursday, September 12, 2013. A cold front currently situated across the Tennessee Valley will drop south across Georgia overnight and Friday. This will be the first significant front leading into the fall season to push south across the region. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected to develop along and ahead of the frontal boundary both this afternoon and Friday afternoon. The front will push into North Georgia tonight, but limited moisture and instability will keep storm chances low. The front will continue to push south into central Georgia on Friday, with the focus for scattered showers and storms also moving into central Georgia. Rain chances will remain on the low side, however, with only a 30% chance of storms Friday afternoon. Now this is what we like to see for our weekend weather, with large high pressure building into the eastern half of the United States and a cold front well south of the forecast area. This will bring noticeably cooler and drier conditions to the area through early next week. Despite the front moving through, we are expecting very little in the way of precipitation, with a 3-day average less than 1/4 of an inch. Now this is not to say that some locations will not receive more, as isolated to scattered thunderstorms produce up to 1 inch of rain over a small area, mainly this afternoon and Friday afternoon. But the main story with this front will be the more pleasant air mass which will move in, providing for noticeably cooler temperatures and lower humidity. For Saturday, expecting highs in the upper 70s from the northeast mountains through the Atlanta metro. Still warm for portions of central Georgia, but despite the mid-80s, the lower dew points will make it more comfortable than recent days. Even more noticeable will be the low temperatures for the weekend, with morning lows on Sunday in the lower 50s for the mountains and upper 50s for a good portion of North Georgia. Would not be surprised to even see a few upper 40s in the normally colder locations of the mountains. Well, the good weather just keeps on coming as we finish off the weekend with continued upper 70s to around 80 for North Georgia and the feel of fall continuing in the air. Well, let's talk about the tropics now. They've definitely become more active as we head into the peak of hurricane season. Hurricane Umberto is the most significant system coming off the coast of Africa, but it's expected to track north and remain a non-factor locally. Likewise, recently downgraded Gabrielle will remain well offshore the Atlantic coast. We will be watching closely the cluster of showers and thunderstorms off the Mexican coast, which the National Hurricane Center says has a 60% chance of development in the next 48 hours and 80% in the next 5 days. If it does develop, it should remain right along the Mexican coast as it moves northward. Even though this has been a relatively benign tropical season thus far, just wanted to remind everyone that now is not the time to let your guard down. History tells us that some of the costliest and in some cases deadliest storms have impacted the U.S. in September and October. This includes Opal, which many Georgia residents remember, as it produced widespread wind damage to West and North Georgia, as well as very high rainfall amounts. Given the incredible rains from this past spring and summer providing a weak root system, any late season storms which move through could result in similar impacts. So let's sum this all up. The best chance of thunderstorms will be this afternoon and evening along and ahead of the cold front for North Georgia, and Friday afternoon and evening for central Georgia. Now, severe weather is not expected, however, a few storms could become strong and produce locally heavy rainfall. Bottom line is it's going to be a great football weekend weather-wise. Mostly sunny with highs in the lower 70s in the north to middle 80s to the south. The tropics are becoming more active, but no storms are expected to impact the southeast U.S. through early next week. So thanks for viewing this week's briefing. Please continue to monitor our forecast for future updates.